Welcome to the channel. In this video, I'll be taking a look at a $200 mystery box that I happened to find on eBay. Now, if you like what you're seeing, feel free to give this video a thumbs up, and I may consider doing more of these type of videos on my YouTube channel in the near future. So without further ado, let's start this. Now, here's the box that I actually got from eBay right here. And you can see it's not in the best condition. It's very dirty and it's also very beat up. Keep in mind as well, I've yet to see what's in this box. This is going to be my first time on camera seeing this box with you guys. And I'm actually very doubtful with a lot of these things because you guys know with a lot of these different mystery crates or a lot of these liquidation sale items, you don't really get what you pay for. A lot of times you get ripped off. So I'm very doubtful. And they did say what's in here is basically electronics and video game stuff. So I'm actually kind of excited about that. Let's see if I got my money's worth or I didn't get my money's worth out of this mystery box. Now I'm just going to pick stuff at random to see what I actually got out of this. Let me just put my hand in and check. So the first thing I actually got in here, it looks like I got a Mario toy right here. Here's the Mario toy right here. I think actually, as far as I remember, these toys were actually given to people in Happy Meal. So this is a Happy Meal toy. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is a Happy Meal for, oh yeah, it does say at the bottom actually, made for McDonald's. So I was correct. So I remember seeing this when Mario Kart 8 was coming out, I think on the Wii U actually, a very long time ago, back like in 2014 or 2015, somewhere around there. But yeah, I guess it's kind of cool that I did get a little Mario Kart 8 Luigi toy. You can see that the wheels are in anti-gravity mode as well. And it looks like it's in pretty good condition if you ask me personally. So there's the Luigi Mario Kart toy. And then it looks like the next thing I have in here is a, yes, an Xbox 360 controller. Now, I'm not really surprised that this thing is in pretty ugly condition. It's very nasty, like it's very dirty, it's very gritty. It doesn't feel good to hold in the hands. It's also missing the back where the batteries are supposed to go, so you would have to put one in there since this one didn't come with it. And then also the left stick, it looks like, is kind of damaged. It does have the rubber coming off. And overall, this does need a lot of love and care with this controller. It needs to be cleaned up. The stick needs to be changed. And then the back needs to be put on for the batteries because it's pretty much unusable in this state. But yeah, here's a 360 controller right here in my hands. And these are actually pretty good controllers, especially if you still have a 360 or you can find a way to actually use it on the computer. But there it is again, the Xbox 360 controller. It is a white version. I can't believe that back in the day they were still using like a weird 2.5 millimeter headphone jack. Now you guys know with a lot of the modern consoles, whether it's last gen or current gen systems, we're using 3.5 millimeter when it comes to the actual headphone jack on the controller. But here's the controller right there. Okay, the next thing as well is a, it looks like some type of cell phone charger or tablet charger right there. It looks like it is USB, USB-A and USB-C. So it does have two different chargers on the actual charger itself, which is actually kind of cool considering too a lot of the modern iPhones and phones in general do come with a USB-C to a USB-C cable. So it is nice that I do have a USB-C to a USB-A one right here. Yeah, this looks like it's okay quality. I don't know if this is a fast charger or anything like that. It looks like it supplies up to 12 volts, it looks like, on the actual charger itself. But yeah, and then there's the prong to actually charge it. Nothing too crazy about this, except for it has two different charging ports on the actual charging block. Oh, another, oh yeah, I actually owned this back in the day. So this is an Xbox 360 media remote. And it's actually interesting, I'm getting a lot of 360 stuff in this lot. But yeah, here's a 360 media remote. They did do a lot with like Windows back in the day. If you had a 360, you could pair it. You can watch stuff from like your PC on the Xbox 360. It even has a Windows button on the actual Xbox 360 media remote. And yeah, pretty nice, I guess. Let me check the, it does have the battery cover. And this one looks a little bit more cleaner. Still a little dirty, honestly, but it does look a little bit more cleaner, at least, than the Xbox 360 controller. Okay, so it looks like the part where you put the batteries in doesn't have any corrosion, which is actually a pretty good sign, honestly, for this 360 media remote. I don't remember if you can use this remote as well for like regular TVs, or is it only for the 360? I can't remember. I want to say you could use it for TVs because I think I was able to control my TV with this, but don't quote me on that. I could totally be wrong about that because it's been so many years. It does have some scratching on the actual body itself right there. You can see right there. Honestly, right now, in my opinion, I'm not looking too hot here if you ask me. Let's see what else is in here. Huh, that's interesting. So it looks like in the box they gave me a Raspberry Pi. Here's a Raspberry Pi, and to top it off, they actually came with a case on the Raspberry Pi, which is actually pretty awesome. What model is this? Because I think they're up to like the Raspberry Pi, I think 5 now. Let me see here. Okay, it says on the board, Raspberry Pi 2 Model B. I think this is the one without Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Correct me if I'm wrong. So this one is a little bit older. Huh, it looks like they did leave the micro SD card in here. Let's see what size this is. It is nice it comes with a case and everything. It looks like it's 16 gig. That's something. And it's also a name brand. It's SanDisk. I don't know if my camera will focus, but it's a SanDisk 16 gig micro SD card, which is actually pretty good. I'm sure you can still do some pretty good emulation with the Raspberry Pi model, Raspberry Pi 2 Model B version 1, I think. So it's from also 2014, that's what the board says. But yeah, this is obviously way outdated, but it's something, I guess. And it even comes with its own case. I wonder if they're going to pack any like mouses or anything in here that I can actually use that thing. So the next one is the next one is actually a figurine for the Amiibos. And the Nintendo Switch still uses Amiibos, which is actually pretty nice. Now, the box is obviously damaged. Again, I'm not surprised. This box is in bad condition again. But, yeah, it has damage right there. This is a Pikachu. It's kind of cool, I guess. And it's also in the box, which makes it a little bit cooler, I guess. I don't really have any plans to use the Amiibo. I'd probably just keep this boxed up, honestly. But it is cool. I did get a Pikachu. Oh, it's from the Super Smash Bros. Line. So I'm assuming it's from the earlier line when Smash Bros. Came out on the Wii U and 3DS. Because that's around the time that Amiibo started to come out. Oh, yeah, they do have the Wii U on the back, actually. And it is a shame that they're shutting down the services for the 3DS and Wii U when it comes to online functionality. But yeah, brand new in-box Pikachu from Super Smash Bros. Line. Not bad. Come on, give me something good. Give me something good. What am I feeling here? What am I feeling here? What is this? Huh. Okay, it looks like they actually gave me a card reader. All-in-one mini card reader. It allows you to read micro SD, compact flash, mini SD. What is mini SD? SD, HE, and also the old memory sticks from Sony, like on the PSP. And yeah, pretty interesting. And here's all the different jacks, or the different card slots on the front of this device. It also is made from a rubbery material. It feels kind of sticky, honestly. But again, I'm not surprised with this seller. They don't have any quality control when it comes to cleaning their stuff. And it looks like it runs off of not micro, but mini USB, the same port that the original PSP used to actually transfer data. So there's something. But yeah, I did get, I'm assuming also, I don't know what year or anything. It says it's made in China. So I'm not sure what kind of speeds I would be getting out of this. Is this USB 3.0, USB 2.0? I want to imagine this kind of looks older. I could be wrong. I'm going to guess this is USB 2.0 speeds for this device. But it is nice that it is very compact. It reads a lot of different memory cards. And then also the cable is retractable when it comes to micro USB. I'm assuming since it uses mini USB like the PSP, I'm assuming that the speeds aren't going to be good on this because I don't remember mini USB having good speeds to begin with. So it's probably USB 2.0 or 1.0. I'm assuming USB 2.0 again. Okay, let's see what else is in here. Please give me something good. Okay, I'm definitely seeing a game here, and the game in question is Crash Bandicoot. Now, this actually holds a little bit of value, not much, but it does hold some good value. I think I'm seeing copies for this before, like around $30, $40 maybe at best. And this is also the greatest hits, so it does lose a little of its value because it is the greatest hits version. But I did get Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation. If you didn't know anything about me, I originally played Crash Bandicoot back on the PS1 when I was a little kid, and this was actually my very first video game I ever played in my whole entire life. Let's go ahead and check this copy out. It looks like it is a complete copy here with the I dropped the manual, but with the manual and the disc right here. And then Crash Bandicoot disc looks From what I'm seeing here, actually, it doesn't look all too bad. It may be hard to see on camera, but it doesn't look bad at all uh, as well. And the manual looks like it's in pretty mint condition as well. Overall, it's a pretty good win, I guess, for Crash Bandicoot, but this is the greatest hits version as well. So take that for what it is. The original Crash Bandicoot greatest hits version for the PlayStation 1. Next up, let's see what we roll here. It looks like, from what I'm seeing here, we do have a wireless charger from Samsung. Here it is right here. You can see on the back, it does say wireless charger. And then it looks like it's only 5 volts equals 2 amps. So I'm assuming this is one of the older Samsung wireless chargers because these speeds are going to be really, really bad. It does use, yes, micro USB. And the nice thing about this charger, even though it is a little bit older than some of the other newer fast charging wireless chargers, is the fact that you can use this on modern day devices. For instance, you can use this on newer iPhones, newer Android phones that do support wireless charging. So overall, this is actually pretty cool, but it's unfortunate that this is an older one that does support very old speeds, unfortunately. But hey, at least I can use it if I need another charger and I have one and I want to use wireless charging, I can use one. And again, despite it being a Samsung charger, you can use this on any wireless charging device that does support wireless charging, which is actually pretty sweet. Okay, let's see what else I got in this mystery box. Okay, it looks like a, let me see here. It looks like a 360 game. It looks like Shadowrun. Shadowrun Xbox 360. Now, I do know for a fact there was this Shadowrun. This copy is a little bit more beat up. It looks like it also has some kind of water damage on the actual casing. But, it also says they paid $4.99. I'm assuming at like a GameStop or something. Typical, I'm assuming. But anyway, with Shadowrun, the interesting thing about Shadowrun is, one, it is backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X and the Xbox One line of systems. But also on top of that, they did actually, earlier this year, actually restore the servers for this game. If you didn't know anything about Shadowrun really quickly, Shadowrun is basically an online shooter. It's pretty much plays almost exactly the same. There are differences, of course, but it plays very similar to Team Fortress and then also Overwatch if you like hero shooters. And a lot of people actually like this game because for the time, you have to remember, there weren't really any hero shooters out on the market, maybe besides Team Fortress. So this was a very cool game. And the cool thing about this game as well is not only was it a hero shooter, and for the time it was very impressive, it has no story mode for sure because I played it before. It only has the online mode on this game. So it's nice they restored it, and it is backwards compatible with the newer Xboxes. But the nice thing about this game as well is it was one of, if not the only, maybe the first game ever in existence to actually have crossplay. This does support crossplay between the Xbox 360 and Windows users. It says play with Windows Vista gamers, so you can see how old this game is. But yeah, it was still cool that it was one of the first hero shooters. On top of that, it did support crossplay between PC and consoles, which was pretty awesome. And back then, there weren't many games like that. Let's go ahead and open this up. I don't remember if there's supposed to be a manual with this game, but there's no manual with this copy of the game right here. And then let's go ahead and check the disc and see how bad it is. It actually looks okay if you ask me. I don't really see any damaging on this thing. It looks like a very good copy of the game, but there it is, Shadowrun. I don't think this game's worth much though, but I mean, it's interesting. I may check this game out actually and play it again since the servers are restored. I can't know how many people are going to play this game, but it is interesting. The next thing I actually got in here, I got two by mistake. First up, we got Splatoon. It looks like we got the official gaming guide for Splatoon. Yes, the Wii U one, the original Splatoon. Not really useful nowadays considering they're shutting the servers off for the Wii U and 3DS when it comes to online functionality. But it is interesting, and it is made by Prima. I think this company actually went out of business. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think I remember back a couple years ago they did say they were closing shop. I could be wrong about that. The nice thing about this guide as well is it's all in full color, which is actually pretty cool. But yeah, it looks like I got a copy of Splatoon Splatoon guide, and it looks like from what I'm seeing in the manual, it's only the online. Oh, no, they do cover, I think, a little bit of the story mode in Splatoon. But for the most part, most of this is the multiplayer stuff, obviously. And this is going to be outdated, so there's really no point of owning this. I can see why they just threw it in there, because they're just really trying to get rid of it. And then the next one I got as well is I did get Dragon Booster. Here's Dragon Booster right here for the DS. I want to say this... Is this an anime? I don't know if this is an anime or not, but... Dragon Booster, I'm not familiar with this game. It is made by a well-known company. It is made by Konami. You know, Konami makes Yu-Gi-Oh!, the trading card game. They also make things like Castlevania, I think Metal Gear as well. So yeah, it is made by Konami. Let's check it out. Okay, this is a complete copy, and the complete copy looks like it's in very good condition. There's Dragon Booster in the actual DS cart, DS slot. And the cool thing about these DS cases back in the day, they actually had a Game Boy Advance slot on there, because the original Game Boy Advance, the original DS and the DS Lite versions did actually use did play Game Boy Advance games. So it's actually pretty cool that they had that slot. They wanted you to take around a Game Boy Advance game as well. And yeah, the manual looks like it's also in pretty good condition. So there it is, Dragon Booster for the DS. Okay, looks like we got Blitz the League. Now, Blitz the League, I do know for a fact, I don't know if it's 1 or 2, but Blitz the League particularly does actually hold somewhat of a value, and it is a sought-after game, because I remember actually owning Blitz the League back in the day. I don't think I have my original copy, but I do remember owning Blitz the League back in the day, and for what I remember, Blitz the League was a pretty awesome arcade style football game, and it was very over the top and very gruesome and very R-rated for the time. You can see it is rated M for mature. I remember a lot of these players were using steroids. You see the cheerleaders on the field getting up in the camera. It was just a very gruesome game, and there was very dirty hits and things like that. It was very aggressive and very R-rated, but it was a very awesome game from what I remember. I don't remember ever playing the sequel, but yes, this is Blitz the League, the first one on the Xbox 360. I think they even made it for last gen as well. They made it for the gen previous to the 360, the PS2 generation and Xbox generation. But yeah, here's Blitz the League. Let's check out the disc. Okay, there's a major problem with this disc. Like, there's lots of big scratches on this disc. It may be hard to see this on camera for the disc, but this disc is in really bad shape. I don't know if this disc would even be playable, honestly. Maybe this would be better off if I resurfaced this disc, or whatever the case may be. And I'm also not sure if this game is backwards compatible with the current gen systems. I'm not 100% sure, because keep in mind, not every 360, every Xbox One game, or every original Xbox game is backwards compatible. But yes, here's Blitz the League. If this copy worked, it would be a pretty awesome pickup for me, but yeah, it's really bad, so I don't think it's going to be usable, unfortunately. But I'll be willing to give that a try. Okay, there's only a couple more items in the box. Actually, okay, it looks like there's 2 more items. First off, this is one of the better finds in this, honestly, if you ask me. I'm looking at a SanDisk MP3 player. It looks like it uses micro SD. It uses standard 3.5 millimeter headphone jack to actually use, and then it does use micro USB, I think, to actually charge this thing. Clipsport MP3 player. I don't have anything to test this on hand right now, but it is a really cool find if I can get this to work and actually use. I think this one also, I remember owning one back in the day, and a lot of these SanDisk ones actually used actually had a radio built in, so I wonder if this has like an AM and FM radio built in. If it done, that'd be a pretty big win, honestly, to actually use this thing. And the screen is also very small, but it is very pocketable, and it's meant to be clipped on a shirt or clipped on pants or whatever the case may be. Overall, a pretty cool little thing, and it is a really cool blue color as well. And it is, I don't know what gig this is. Oh, it looks like on the back, if you open the clip, it looks like this is an 8 gig model of this, so that's actually pretty cool that it is 8 gig plus the micro SD card. I don't know how big a micro SD card you can use on that thing. And then the last one in this container is game elements, and it looks like this is a charger for the specifically, I think, the SP, because I remember what the Game Boy Advance SP uses. It looks like it's retractable as well for the Game Boy Advance SP. And the cool thing about this charger is the fact you can charge it standard on the wall by plugging it in, or you can use it in a car with a 12-volt cigarette lighter thing right here, which is actually pretty cool. So you have 2 different ones. I'm not sure how to, if there's a button to retract this or not, but here it is, right here it is, retractable, a retractable charging cable right here that comes included with this thing. I'm not sure about this, but yeah, I'll just put it over here for now. And yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap up this video for my $200 mystery box. Overall, I would say it's not really all that great, but the biggest things that I found really quickly on this again are going to be the Raspberry Pi is kind of cool. Yes, it's an older Raspberry Pi, but I'm sure you can do some emulation on here, or maybe some light tasks on like Raspberry OS or whatever it's called. And then I do have that MP3 player, and then I did get some other stuff. But overall, this was an okay mystery lot. Nothing too crazy, honestly. I don't know if it's really worth worth it to go out and buy some of these. But I did enjoy actually getting one of these for $200 because, again, you never know what you're going to get when it comes towards these mystery lots or these liquidation sales. Sometimes you get some really crazy items and sometimes you get a dud. And this one was overall a pretty big iffy one for me, honestly, but it is what it is, and there's some interesting stuff. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this video. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne signing out.